Safer! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Critscast. We're bringing you the big dogs tonight. That's right, it is the grand final of the RSL Highlander Season 7 grand final between Red Pandas and batsoup Paraphernalia, arguably the two top teams throughout the season. Very, very close match coming up indeed, I am sure. I am CeeJaey. On production tonight is going to be Core, and I am joined by Michael, who is going to be bringing us all the knowledge, I'm sure, for this area. Michael, this is going to be a huge game, surely, right?
Oh, this is going to be a huge game, no matter the result. I'm always keen for the grand finals. As Pandas every season versus whatever the team managed to scrap their way through the third place game and get here. And this season, batsoup Paraphernalia, they've put up a really good fight against that third place team and Pandas in some of their earlier games. So I'm really excited to see what will come from this match.
Yeah, which of those names on that team jump out to you as the ones that are going to be the big influences for them tonight?
All of them. Every single one of these players.
When it comes to Highlander at the moment in this region, then you can rely on one of those players going huge all the time. And that's something that's going to be really interesting to hear. You talked about the cohesion of Red Pandas, and it's interesting that, we saw the ban of Steel there, which is notoriously the teamwork map that we see.
Yeah, we'll have to touch a little more on what we have to say after the first map, as we are underway. Respawn League Season 7 Grand Final. Red Pandas on blue team, batsoup Paraphernalia on red. We've got this first mid. And we have, actually, Andy Rue immediately getting in. Huge kills onto Lock and Incision to open it up. But you've got Zoid retaliating immediately. Kill onto Rohan. Exquisite and Froggy both going down as well. This is a scrappy DM fight, but you've got Shaky, the medic, on the side of batsoup Paraphernalia, staying on the cliffside, staying very safe. And Ohai is the only player alive for his team.
That was absolutely huge. Andy Rue just opening up Red Pandas there with the, you couldn't ask for two more, maybe even the demo, but getting the medic and the heavy straight away. Actually, still fight going on there. The heavy just walking in and taking down Liquid Alchemy on the point. The point has gone to batsoup Paraphernalia, but they're having to work for it here as Red Pandas. They don't want to stop, and Lau gets backstabbed by Andy Rue, turning up already in this grand final. The Uber is out here, Michael, and they're going straight into the combo, but I do think that Locke is going to escape with his life.
Yeah, T-Son doing a very good job, ending up sacrificing himself for the denial of that Uber, and that's just the play that needed to happen there. They netted themselves 50% Uber advantage off of the sacrifice, but if he didn't do it, Locke was as good as dead, as now Locke with Hertz and Lau are going to look at pressuring the point. Hertz making some good room for himself forward off of the bomb of Silverdox, getting the kill onto Froggy. But with only Lau and Incision able to edge the point here, batsoup Paraphernalia, they're going to have to deal with this Uber coming in very aggressively. Zoid dealing with the big target of the heavy. And looks like Liquid Alchemy will fall. Daz getting very low, but he's fallen back into his team. And they will end up trading the point, but with the Uber coming out on the side of batsoup Paraphernalia any moment now, I have a feeling once we see their scout back up, they're going to be right back in here to reclaim it.
Yeah, that could have been so much worse. There was so much time getting put down on the point, and Lau was basically across the point before the Uber was even used. And batsoup Paraphernalia, they wanted to stay in there, and they were lucky to get out with their lives, but they did. And here comes the counter Uber, and big jump in from Daz. He's just jumping forward. A lot of damage going down. Lock finally does go down to those pipes. Huge 2 kills for the Demo Man there, and they're starting to clean up. Zoid is going to take down Andy with a bit of spy-on-spy action for you there. But a lot of frags going left, right, and center. But Razan is going to stay alive. Heals on the side of batsoup here. They are going to claim the point back. Maybe, actually, there is some contesting coming here from Red Pandas. And actually, they're going to hold on to it. It's so close, a hair more. And that would have gone down. And they lose their medic. It's absolutely catastrophic there.
And Zoid just doing the play that he's so famous for, coming in at the crucial moment, getting the picks that his team needs to deny the objective. That's one of the things that I love about Zoid on Spy, or Triss rather. You'll catch me doing a lot tonight, so when I say Zoid, I mean Triss. But yeah, like he's this player who, he'll go quiet for a minute or two, and then all of a sudden you're not thinking about him because he's been quiet, and then your medic and another player is dead on the objective. You've been denied a solid 40 seconds, and you can see another pick onto Daz. He will lose his life for it. But that demo pick means that batsoup paraphernalia here can't do anything about this point. It was so capped, and pandas, they're going to turn the time in their favor with a 30-second advantage now. And batsoup paraphernalia can't do anything for about another 20 seconds until they get their Uber and their team back up and running. So that's just what I love about the Zoid Spy here in situations like that.
Oh no, Roseanne's getting caught there with a sticky, and or Hurts there, if he hadn't been launched up with the reflector, may have been able to catch up the medic. That is actually a crucial survival there for batsoup paraphernalia. They're at 5 down, and they're not in a great position. Silver's going to jump up on the top, gets one rocket, going to get the second, no! So many does actually get the force. Zeiss is going to take this Uber forward to try and get anything done, but there's a wrangled mini sentry. There is too many players from Red Pandas just staring at them and saying, no, you are not going to get any more space across this point. And now it's going to be just a pure DM by Liquid Alchemy running across, so much damage being put down, just blasting them around. And they will get the cap just sheer force alone.
Yeah, and I really like that play. They know they've got the Uber advantage, so after they push in with their Uber, they're still pressuring, knowing that pandas aren't going to be able to mount a solid counter-attack just yet. But they're starting to do it now. Lock with 85% Uber. Lau is edging the point to try and get some time up, combined with T-Son and Silvo. They've managed to get a good amount of space so Hertz can come in, but with his scout down from a nice pipe from Daz, pandas, they're going to have to slow it down here, but they won't be too worried about it. They've got plenty of time. Ojai is up. Maz is only just respawning after dying to Ojai, so they've got the covering fire of their sniper, who is right now isolating the medic from the rest of his team. So these heals are definitely going in favor of pandas, as Exquisite falls right as Shaky gets his Uber, and you've got the Ubers coming in, trading on the point here. Zia's coming in, trying to get a lot of space, because they still hold the point on the side of pandas. They need a good post fight, as Daz will get put very low to Incision, but Maz will find that kill. As CeeJaey, it looks like we're going to have a bit of a scrappy final fight here.
Yeah, but the key thing there, Lock actually gets taken down by Andy. Scrap that, I was going to say medic down for batsoup, but it does look like they are going to re-push this, and that's pretty clutch coming in from Andy, because medic for batsoup was down due to Hertz just running across the point. Really, really smart by Red Pandas, I have to say. They had the Uber and they just stood on the point. They didn't use the Uber because they knew batsoup were pretty close to it. So they just stood on the point and said, we're going to cap the point and you're going to have to do something about it if you want to stop us. And batsoup let them cap until they got the Uber, and then Red Pandas went for the trade. Using that exchange, they were able to just, use the chaos afterwards. But talking about Andy giving big picks in the first starting of the round, starting to come up with some big picks at the end here as well.
Yeah, he does fall to Incision on the cliffside, as pandas, they just walk onto the point. No one's able to contest, and that will be the first round going to Red Pandas after batsoup paraphernalia put up a pretty decent start of the round.
Talking about players that maybe we haven't mentioned, Ojai is currently most amount of points on the server. Sniper for Red Pandas is just constantly clicking heads and really contributing to just taking people out over and over again. And he's on the cliff right now going for a bit of a sneak. Can he get anyone down? But the first play is going to be Andy, so no big picks from him at the start of this round.
Yeah, definitely doing what they need to do. Zoid falling as well. He has gone down. Only the spies are the deaths right now. Zeus being the first main class to fall. Exquisite as well falling for the side of batsoup paraphernalia. As we're going to see Hertz and Lau, they are walking forward, dealing the damage. And they are going to lock this out with only 4 kills coming out across both teams on that mid.
Yeah, they got the right kills there. That was the thing. Taking the heavy out of the equation, making sure there was no scout to just take those DM fights on the flank. And they just got the presence. And once you've got control of that sort of semi-piece of high ground at the middle of the map, it's very easy to just keep control of it. And now batsoup have to find something, and taking down Ojai there, Maz, getting the headshot, is maybe going to open things up for them to be a little bit more aggressive. And they want to go in for the Uber here. There's going to be an exchange, Michael, right on top of the point.
Yeah, Ubers came out from both teams, the aggression coming out from batsoup paraphernalia, and the kills are going their way. NG Heavy both dying in that exchange, only losing the demo themselves. They've got the kill onto Lau, and they're keeping control of the point here. Liquid Alchemy being the frontline for his team. And this player, Liquid Alchemy, this is his second season of Highlander, and he's in the grand final. And in the last game, he outperformed one of the most long-standing pyros in the game, being Bird. Liquid Alchemy, I'm really excited to see what he can do in the next few seasons, because he's shown that he has so much potential over the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, this is a map that usually isn't favored by Pyros. It's mostly, you know, protect and reflect. But he has been going across the point at the right time, getting that damage and just, you know, just pushing people around, physically pushing them around, and just, you know, discombobulating the entire Red Pandas combo, and that can be very, very frustrating to deal with. And they tried to go in for a bit of pressure there, and there was a headshot from Maz onto Hertz, and that kind of signaled, okay, it's over now, you know, demo down, you're not going to get much more pressure. And Red Pandas bled a few players, but it does look like they want to be aggressive with this Uber, and they are going to go in here. Liquid Alchemy pushing them away. The counter Uber comes in onto Daz, and he's going to get some decent damage onto the enemy team, but Locke is out, and he is comfortably safe in main here, and he is lurking though, so oh, he lands on his head. I don't know if anyone realizes that. Can he go in for the stab? I really want to see if he... No, he decides against it, and Locke is going to live to fight another day with that dispenser armor.
Oh, and he does get the pick onto Hertz though, so that is, you know, probably the second best pick that they can get right now, with Pandas being on the defense. Hertz and Ohai right now both being on the long spawn. Batsoup Paraphernalia, if you're going to make a push, now is the time, as Maz gets the kill onto Incision. Zoid does get him though, so you've got the sniper advantage in favor of Red Pandas for the meantime, and that's going to make it very difficult for them to push onto the point. But Rohan coming in with a huge bomb, and they've actually pincered them a little bit in that secret area. Batsoup Paraphernalia will get the cap, and they need to be careful now. Zoid, he's lurking on China, trying to get the pick on the Maz, but Maz will drop down into his combo. And we'll have the sniper fight again. Ohai knows where Maz is, but Maz, he's looking for other picks right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. As a sniper, you know, some people want to go for those sniper v snipers battles, and others just like, you know what, you can look for me, and Maz is just like, there we go. I was shooting some other people, now I'm going to headshot you. And Ohai taken out of the equation, and there we go. An Uber being forced really early by Locke here. Roseanne finally uses it. Liquid Alchemy is going to get the benefit of most of that, and Zyrus coming in for maybe some cleanup afterwards. A lot of damage going down, and Andy sneaking in to take that heavy kill. Big bomb in from Silver, gets one rocket, but doesn't manage to take the medic. In fact, gets an arrow to the face for his troubles. And Red Pandas here struggling for the past minute or so, trying to get some trying to get some cap time, which is going to get meat shot out of the server. And wow, Maz getting another headshot. They're just really struggling to find some space. Andy then gets a pick. These assassin classes are just taking the Red Pandas players out one by one, and they're finding it really hard to get any sort of consistency going with their pushes.
Yeah, and Andy rode 2 demo picks in a row. He got the pick onto Hertz right before the Uber came out from Locke there. That really it ruined that push for Pandas, which is why Batsoup Paraphernalia are now in a position where they only have 20 seconds left on the clock. Pandas have over a minute 40. They're looking in a good position to take this round, but without a sniper and a spy for the next 6 seconds at least, they're going to have a hard time holding this. Rohan again going behind. He's been taking these fights on the flank. This time will lose to Lau, as the rest of Lau's team has decided to push forward. CeeJaey has the Uber, both teams do in fact. And we're going to see the trade here right at the end. Zeus not getting a lot of that Uber, taking some damage as both teams fade on the point. Liquid Alchemy doing, again, a really good job at denying the Demo Man, but that was all he could deny. The rest of Pandas has come onto the point, and they will cap it. They have a minute 40 to hold for them to claim this second round.
Problem is, 2 of their players there, NG and Heavy, and there we go, Silver goes down as well, are going to have those really long respawn times. Just as they captured the point, those spawns got extended, and he's going to pick up Ohai, and yeah, the faster respawns coming in for Batsoup. They're just going to walk onto the point. As soon as they capture this point, it is going to be over. Last-ditch attempt there to try and block it, but it is going to tie things up 1-1, and I thought, just pointing out an interesting thing you said about Rohan, taking those fights on the flank, he's only really going in deep and bombing when he goes for like a demo pick or something like that, whereas Silvo seems to just be launching across the point and going for the medic over and over, and he's not getting much support from other players. And I feel like even though they're getting more focus on the medic, taking out the demo is actually a bigger pick in this current situation with how chaotic it's been.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of the soldiers now, Rohan and Silvo both ending up in a fight on the flank. Andy reclaims the kill onto Silvo. But in the meantime, Hertz has gone down to Maz. Maz finding a second on Dakotan as well, and Zoid dying. But Ohai retaliating with the most important pick that he can get onto CeeJaey, the medic down, and following up with it onto Daz. Swinging the momentum of the mid in favor of Pandas on this third mid. They will cap it off with Incision. I say that he does die while trying to camp, but realistically, no one on the side of Batsoup Paraphernalia will be able to stop the cap, as it does go in favor of Pandas. And you've just got Silver kind of bumming around on Cliff. He will die to the heavy and the pyro.
Yeah, we talked about players turning up for those big moments, but you know, when you need a huge pick, a huge play, And it did look like Red Pandas were struggling at the start of this mid-fight, and Ohai just turning up, taking the medic out of the equation. You can see how quickly that flips. They will get the cap, and now batsoup paraphernalia have to work on something here, and Lau is going to get the benefit of the Uber that was forced. Takes down one, takes down two, hurts, getting so much damage, but Maz is on his 6th kill streak so far this round. Will finally be taken out by Silvo, but he is having a good game so far. Most importantly, Medic has survived 75%, so we're kind of getting this leapfrog action again, and it does look like batsoup already wants to be pushing forward.
Yeah, Zeus getting very far forward. He needs to be careful though, as Medic's only on 93%, so we can't get Ubered yet. But with the picks that have come out onto Pandas from batsoup, they have ended up keeping the... they've ended up getting the point. And Daz there, he did die to the sniper, but that was almost shaky dying there. It was very close, and I think batsoup paraphernalia, you need to fight the point here. They do take it forward, even with the demo down. I think that is probably the right call. Liquid gets very far and gets the kill on Nakoden, but Lockheed is too good at this positioning. He knows where he needs to be, and Zoid does miss the opportunity to kill onto Shaky, so he'll double back, and Zeus will end up dying, but Ohai getting the retaliation kill for his fallen scout. As you've just got kind of players falling all over the place here. Pandas on the defensive while they're just constantly trickling players, not even into the point where batsoup paraphernalia are holding, but just into the sight lines where they're trying to do damage.
Yeah, I love the aggression coming out of batsoup right now. You know, even when they didn't have Uber, they wanted to go in, but Ohai is getting revenge there onto Maz. Uber's going to come out exquisite. He's going to die on the point. Froggy is valiantly staring at Uber in the face, but will eventually die through a pipe. But most importantly, Shaky got out, survived 75%. So again, we're trading these Uber advantages, trading the point. The time is so close, only 10 seconds in it. And we do see batsoup now with the advantage, and Red Panda's down 15 seconds. Hertz is still in the respawn queue, just getting backstabbed there by Andy, and Andy just going for those big picks, and the Uber is actually going to be used by Daz. They maybe didn't have to use it, but they're going to get some kills, but they're going to get high with the Kaber kill. Don't see many of those these days. Rohan goes in deep, manages to get locked, and that is the first time we've seen a major med pick in one of these Uber exchanges, and Red Pandas are looking at a pretty precarious situation right now.
Yeah, they'll end up with about a 20% Uber disadvantage as Locke does spawn. He gets the quick spawn because batsoup do claim the point. But with the way that batsoup has been playing now, if you're not at an Uber advantage in a situation like this, it's going to be tough. Zoid, Incision, both down right now. They get the kill onto Andy Roo, but they need to actually try and get something on the point. Rohan gets in, huge damage onto Silver there, will claim the kill. And as you've got Zoid coming up now, you've probably got to give yourself, as Pandas, about 10 seconds for him to get into position to really try and make something happen. But Ohai, he's trying to step it up. A little bit of damage, nice pick onto Daz there, that will swing the point back in the favor of Red Pandas, as you've got batsoup paraphernalia. They're coming up on the Uber right now, so we'll see what they try and do.
I just think it's the typical product game. We see both demos and both snipers, top two pointers on their team, aside from the medics, just getting so much work done in the Ubers and just getting those picks. As Ohai then gets a kill onto Andy, and the Uber is going to come in from batsoup here, but it's being denied by Incision. Great job just shooting it over and forcing them back with the bullets, and they don't actually get much done. Maz is going to kill Ohai, and the counter is going to come in onto Lau here. Hertz is going to get a flash. He needs a lot of that Uber. He's very, very weak. And they're going to try and contest this, but they're losing more players than they're killing here. And batsoup are going to be happy to just keep fighting this big bombing from Silvo, but again, not able to get that second rocket onto the medic, and Shaky is going to live for the time being. Goes down to about 30 HP. There is Zoid just lurking in behind, being a bit of a mischief. But Uber advantage for batsoup, and less than a minute for both sides right now.
Yeah, and Liquid Alchemy, again, huge players reflecting all of that spam coming into his medic. Maz will die while he's in the combo. Shaky is on 95% Uber and is losing all of his combo. 99 will get it when he's on Cliff, but he has no one to Uber at this point. Heavy and Demo both down for his team. So he just needs to stay safe. He's gone all the way back into spawn to meet up with his players, so he has no chance of being backstabbed. And they will avoid Zoid. Maz going to be the one who is at the end of his barrel, as you've got even Ubers now. Both teams with about 30 seconds remaining, and the aggression will come out from batsoup paraphernalia. But you've got T-Son denying so much of that Uber, practically all of it, about 10% of it left to get across the point had batsoup paraphernalia. As pandas, they're going to have all over their Uber to get across the point. Heavy, Demo, NG, Pyro, Scout, all down for the side of batsoup paraphernalia. Andy Rue's going to try an absolute miracle play here with Rohan. They'll get some time onto the point, but with the amount of pandas players there, they will not get anything, as that will be 2-1 in favor of Red Pandas.
A lot of people, you talk about the synergy, talk about the chemistry. T-Son won that round for Red Pandas there. Like, he just absolutely denied the Uber. Nobody managed to get past. He got so many airbusts. He eventually died, but by the time that batsoup were across the point, Red Pandas just had such a massive advantage in terms of the Uber shared. First casualty of this fourth mid-fight is going to be Lau. Maz taking him down, doing as much as he can here in the sniping stakes. And he's going to drop down, goes for the medic, misses the stab onto Locke there, who will survive. Both teams just kind of chilling, not really getting many major picks. It looks like batsoup are going to be the ones to initiate some aggression, but Liquid Alchemy dies to those stray pipes going across the point, and it does look like Red Pandas slowly but surely have ground out this mid-fight, and they're going to start getting some cap time down.
Yeah, they just need to be a little bit careful. Maz, he's been hitting shots this mid, although Ohai's taking the aggressive, but will lose his head to Maz. 4 kills on the mid, and the Uber's going to come out from Shaky right before Pandas can cap, but they've taken the aggression on the Uber, so unless they can get a lot of kills in this post-fight, this mid will end up going to Red Pandas, as it has just fallen, but they're in a really good position. Scout and Demo for the side of Pandas died really late. Zoid's been found. It's just T-Son and Silvo trying to contest the point at all, so this will be an immediate retake from batsoup as they want to try and get another early round lead in here.
Yeah, they're getting some, getting 16 seconds off of the clock after a first cap is not always what you want to see. Daz is really far forward here, and he's getting caught by a bit of stray damage, and now almost managing to get some damage. Both soldiers, Silver and Rehan, just trading on the flank, just soldier things in Highlander. But there we go, Ohai killing Maz. That's going to be a big opening, but wow, a couple of players going down here. Hurts down, no Demo for Red Panthers right now, and that's going to really reduce the amount of pressure they can put onto the point. Can't really get any defense up right now, and Ohai has a lot of space and time, but it's very difficult without your Demo Man to get any pressure across the point onto those players, just hiding behind the rock and in pocket.
Yeah, and while I don't think Spy players really deserve any empathy, I do feel sorry for Zoid there, as Shaky was just flailing his mouse around while walking forward and turned enough to avoid the stab from Zoid, but he will not dodge the second stab. The drop comes in from Zoid with the medic and the Demo pick, the aggressive Uber coming out from Red Pandas. They are going forward. They do not have very good health. Exquisite is behind the point and is able to kill any one of these players trying to contest very easily. Combined with Froggy, Zeus, and Maz on China, they're going to be able to actually hold the point despite that massive Uber disadvantage they will face.
Yeah, I mean, getting the drop in, Andy was just like, no, not having that. I'm not having that. He goes in and manages to take down Locke. So, what looked to be disastrous for batsoup has actually turned out to be not too bad, and Andy again just slipping in, takes down Incision, huge kill, and actually survives. So he's getting these kills, surviving, and just being a constant thorn in the side of Red Panthers, or should I say knife in the back. But they will get the cap, but they're like over a minute behind. And mentally that gets in your head and you think, okay, we have to really not make many mistakes from here on out. This is an equal Uber situation. The pressure is on. Andy is lurking. He's just staring at them. He gets the backstab onto the heavy again. He just loses absolutely everyone. This man is insane. He is on fire right now. And look at batsoup. They're just going to reclaim the point off of those picks.
I love the way that this team is playing. So many times in the past you see teams, myself included, running some of these teams, just making teams that are just stacked with DM. That try to take it to Pandas, and they never really get very far. But you've got this team of just none of these players really, kind of come together. They've come together for this game. They're playing really good TF2. They've just traded Ubers on the point, and with the picks going in the favor of batsoup paraphernalia, Silvo not really able to do anything here, but so much spam coming out onto batsoup side of the point from Silvo, and Hertz will lead Pandas to reclaim the point with an 8-man, 9-man total wipe of batsoup paraphernalia there.
Yeah, that was There was a moment there where things were, you know, when you flip a coin and it like lands on the edge and you just don't know which way it's going to go, that it could have gone either way there. The thing was, the picks were in favor of batsoup, but the damage was in favor of Red Pandas, and Silvo made the right decision. He jumps across the point, gets the medic, gets so much damage down, and that allows players like Incision to just walk across the point and get the cleanup, and that was absolutely huge. And that's the coordination you have to have in the moments like that, which can totally flip around on its head. And it's about a minute difference in time here. Red Pandas do have control of the point, but they have a lot of time to make up, and batsoup just want to keep with this aggression, but have to be careful. The Uber's going to be used onto Lau here, but Liquid Alchemy is just pushing him away. Trades his life for his medic survival, and CeeJaey at 75% now. This is the chance for them to seal off this round and tie it up 2-2.
Yeah, and batsoup paraphernalia, they haven't held the point for nearly a minute now, but they still have a 30-second advantage with a 70% Uber advantage. So this is still looking really good for them. They're going to come forward. Exquisite, he has proved where the damage and the players are, and you've got Daz and Zeus walking straight in. They know where the players are, they know where they need to deal the damage, and Daz is locking so many players in this house, doesn't get any kills for it, but keeps them all there, as you've got batsoup paraphernalia coming onto the point. They will cap it up, only losing 2 players so far, and Maz is in a good position. He has eyes onto Lock, but misses the shot very close there from him, as that was probably his only opportunity to try and get a huge advantage for his team, as he will lose his head to Ohai as Pandas. They're getting ready to make their final push.
That's a really big pick from Ohai, just the perfect kind of thing that you want right now. Your team's moving in with the Uber, and just to get the sniper off the field. Big jump in from Rohan, but he's just going to be denied by Tison there. And yeah, Ohai just has the freedom of the server right now, just able to get headshots, takes down Exquisite, and a lot of kills going down here. The point is in control of batsoup. If they can, you know, remove the cap time from the point, then they essentially win. But here we go. This is where Red Panda's getting some cap time here. The Uber's going to come in. Zeiss will... Oh, actually, it's going to be Maz who gets the kill onto Incision, but Locke is out. He is safe and sound. But there's a lot of cap time here, Michael. They just need to repush, and Hertz is already keeping that cap time alive.
Yeah, Hertz so low on the point. If they realize that Daz can go forward one sticky at Infinity, we'll get it. Zoid was basically coddling CeeJaey there for so long. Finally gets the stab. But the last second defense coming out from the side of batsoup paraphernalia. This cap time is dwindling oh so much, and with Daz up, it's going to be so difficult for Pandas to get in. Rohan, huge bomb in, does get good damage on the Lock, and will have only Lau and Hertz to deal with. But the fact that these Pandas players are getting onto the point to stop the decay is enough to keep them alive for this long. But now with Liquid Alchemy on the point to deny Silvo's attempt, we have leveled it at 2-2. Whoever wins this round wins the first map.
I think I lost a bet with myself there, because I thought Red Pandas were just going to win that based on the faster respawns. But great job by batsoup to tie things up 2-2. Next round, we'll take the map. And it could go either way, but Maz is going to take the first pick of the game, takes down Tison. Ohai will take out Maz though, and again, that means Ohai has the freedom. Oh my lord.
Rohan Daz combining for the biggest picks in the game, Medic and Demo falling immediately. I think, honestly, on the side of batsoup here, you are fine to give up this mid if it means you can keep your Medic alive. You know that Ohai is not in a position to get these picks right away. They'll lose the mid, and with Ohai getting the kill on the Maz, they'll chill out for a bit. But they've got a 60% Uber advantage. They've been in this situation before, like last round, where they have a good Uber advantage, only a little bit of time lost. So we'll see if they can reclaim it and try and claim their third and final round on product.
That's what we call a nuke. Just an absolute nuke coming in there.
Oh, yeah.
The Uber's going to come in here, and look at Daz just launching himself forward. The question is, will Locke be able to get out safely? Incision will go down, but Zoid's going to get the kill onto Exquisite there. So both heavies essentially traded, and not much value taken out of our Uber. They are getting some cap time now, but it took them a while to actually get into position to do that. And Red Pandas look like they already want to start pushing and getting the pressure. And Tison takes a lot of damage that will get cleaned up by that mini sentry. Cheeky little mini sentry at the side there. Taking him down, but Red Pandas again have this Uber. They know that, you know, batsoup don't really want to pressure the point too hard. Otherwise that Uber will just be running into their face. Ohai taking down Daz, and oh my, Silvo comes in and takes down 2. On one of them, Michael, is going to be shaky.
And that is not what you want to see at this point. You didn't manage to get the time to go in your favor. Pandas, they used their Uber to reclaim the point, but with Shaky dying, it's equalized it. Pandas will end up getting probably very close to a minute left on the clock. which would leave batsoup paraphernalia at a minute and a half disadvantage. I have a feeling they may try and get some picks with their sniper and spy and really see if they can just make something happen earlier here. That's what they need to try and get themselves back in this round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you talked about how well they did at the start getting the medic and being in a position where they could just Uber on, but if you don't get that medic with your Uber and you don't protect your medic when the enemy Ubers onto you, that's product 101, that's COF 101 really. They're trying to get some pressure onto the point here, but they're just losing players. Big jump in from Rohan, and he will take out Locke. That is huge. You talk about individuals stepping up to the plate when necessary, and that is absolutely massive from Rohan. And batsoup now have a huge advantage and a massive opportunity in this round.
And right as that happens, Zoid, the opposite player on the side of Red Panda, is coming in when his team needs it. He hasn't had many opportunities this game to step up for his team, but that is definitely one of them, getting the kill onto CeeJaey and equalizing it yet again. And that is just going to buy more time for Pandas and, quite frankly, really push batsoup into the territory of panicking. They won't be able to get Uber before this round is finished. They need to make something happen now, and with Maz going down, it's not looking great for them.
Yeah, they just don't have that pick potential, although T-Son getting the reflect onto Rohan, just trying to keep people alive. batsoup will actually just walk forward and take the point just through presence alone. I feel at the moment, the thing that is happening is that Maz is getting a kill and Ojai is just killing him. And then Ojai has the freedom for the next sort of 10 seconds to get another 2 or 3 kills. And that's just causing a big problem for batsoup, because then they just don't have their full arsenal walking forward. And you see, that's what's happened again. And based on just 2 or 3 kills, including the one onto Daz, Red Panda is able to walk forward. 25 seconds left on the clock. batsoup do not have any time to play around with here.
Yeah, definitely not. And you've got the Ubers evening out now. CeeJaey coming up on his Uber, and Andy Rue, he's getting in a position to make something happen. Has gone forward, but has been found immediately. The bomb coming in though. Daz will die before he can get another flash. But you've got the players from batsoup paraphernalia coming in and trying to reclaim the point. They've gotten the kill on the CeeJaey. The only player that Pandas have lost so far is Ojai and T-Son. You've got Liquid Alchemy and Rohan trying to make a last-ditch attempt on the point, but maybe we can see if batsoup paraphernalia can pull off what Pandas failed to do so last round. Players bleeding in non-stop. Andy Rue is behind, and he can combine with Daz for the kill onto Incision. So with the players down on the side of Pandas right now, they get the kill onto Zoid and T-Son. They'll cap the point, but they need to hold this for 2 minutes straight, something that neither team has done so far on this map.
Yeah, I mean, this is the avenue where you cannot make mistakes. There has to be no feeding, there has to be no drops, there has to be no people out of position, because Red Pandas will absolutely exploit that. And they already have 2 picks. Iris and Andy Rue are dead. Maybe not the massive HP pools on the field, but nevertheless, the threat is gone. But Maz is getting a kill onto Hertz there, demo down, and that is pretty huge, actually. They're doing pretty well to just hold off this onslaught, and they're just chalking up. That's 30 seconds of time. They're just buying themselves a little bit more time until the Uber trade has to come in, about 10% off for both sides. And if they can win that, then they have potential to take this final round. But Red Pandas are starting to get some pressure here. Ojai will get a kill, but Maz takes down Hertz again. He is dominating the demo, and Daz is going to take down T-Son. So they're just getting these picks, and Red Pandas just don't have all of their players ready for the push.
Oh my god! Daz
That's a drop!
Daz just synced rollers and a sticky onto Lock to get the drop. With 1 minute left, CeeJaey still has his Uber. This has now gone the reverse. Pandas are now in the situation where as Lock spawns, they have 50 seconds left. Less because he's taking time to heal people. Pandas probably won't be able to get their Uber before the end of this round.
No, 40 seconds. I mean, they've got to be building it. They may get it right at the end, but there is an Uber on the field. CeeJaey has 100%, and they have to do something to eliminate that, because as soon as they start getting some pressure on the point, batsoup can just Uber onto them. And Hertz is desperately trying to get some cap time here. Incision is walking across. Daz has gone down though. He's dropped out of that Uber, and here we go. We see Liquid Alchemy getting a majority of it. He's just focusing down Hertz. Will get the kill, but a lot of players dying on both sides here. CeeJaey down to about 5 HP will live, and the respawns are better here for Red Pandas, but batsoup are on the point. I have no idea. Zoid's going to come in behind. He's going for... No, he can't get the backstab.
And you've got Daz and Exquisite along with their medic here on the point. This is a very difficult push to make for pandas, and they just won't be able to get them to the point in time. That will be batsoup paraphernalia claiming the first map 3-2. We've got Lau on Scout, you've got Hertz on Demo Man, you've got Zoid. Like, Zoid has been the linchpin for this team in the past. He is one of the most important players, even though he's a player who will kind of play a season or two and disappear for a little bit, at least recently. You have, like, the stars have aligned for pandas. They're a team that have roster issues. They do, and they say it, in interviews, they'll say that we're glad that we got players tonight and managed to win it, But this time, I would say the stars are aligning for both teams. You've got batsoup playing out of their mind, and pandas who have shown up to this game with a really good roster. I don't care how Borneo goes, I think this is going to be a really good map as the gates are opening, CeeJaey.
I mean, I have no idea what to expect, but I've been in grand final. As we see the first pick there, Coden is just going to go down. Big jump in from Hertz here, and he is just going to get denied. That wrangled sentry, a little bit too strong. I've been in the same situation. I've been on teams that were, expected to win and losing map 1 in a grand final, and coming back to win 2-1. And you need those big names. You need the big voices. You need that mental strength to say, okay, we need to come back from this. And we need to not feed. We need to not lose it mentally. And at the moment, they're not getting much of a reward from these sack waves, Michael. They're just kind of launching in, and nobody is really dying from batsoup.
Yeah, you've got Shaky in a really good position. Zoid did manage to combine with the long-range Enforcer along with Silverdox on Soldier to kill the sentry gun, so that has gone down. And they've just lost Daz and Rohan. So Zoid, if he is... Okay, he hasn't gone for the teleporter, which is going to be big if he dies without finding anything here. And he will die. So you're going to have both MMN coming up very soon. Hertz spawning now, and you've got Daz 1 second away, and he will spawn with the teleporter that will be right in the Uber that his team has just taken into Lock. And Lock has been forced in a poor position. Daz will die to Hertz, gets caught on the wall outside of the first point. But you've got Exquisite here in a forward position. We'll be able to back up a bit, get the health back, and fall back. And look, honestly, for batsoup there, that's a really good first hold. That's a minute 37. In their third place game, they were giving up first within a few seconds. So I think they'll be very happy with that. Their third and fourth point holds are where they really set the bar last week. And I want to see how well they're going to fare on those points as they have their household coming up now. They don't have the gun in a great spot. Only level 1 will fall. Silverdox trying to get some space forward, but you've got pandas. They're pushing this cart forward. Something that Reckless Rascals last week wasn't putting a lot of effort into. But you've got batsoup paraphernalia. They have adapted. They've gone forward. Lau will get the kill onto Exquisite, but the card has stopped moving, and that's the main thing that both of these teams need to focus on, is where that card is moving.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the big thing there was Maz was taken out by Ohai, and not having a sniper on this point just gives so much space and time for people to push the cart without really much contention. Ohai taking down Rohan as soon as he gets even close to the point, and then goes Zoid running that Enforcer will take down Maz, so no sniper again, and that means Ohai is going to have a lot more space, and you can see that's going to trigger them almost as the catalyst to push them forward and say, okay, we're going to get some pressure on the tracks, get some spam onto that sentry, and see if we can maybe get some cart pressure. But as you can see, it is very, very difficult. batsoup have got this hold set up really, really well. Silver jumps in, he's just absolutely denied, but no Pyro. Liquid Alchemy has been removed from the equation as the Ubers were traded, and Daz might get caught out here. He's really, really weak. Hertz is on the chase. Can he get anything done? So many people are dying here though. 4 red pandas, they lose almost everybody, and that just was not a successful push for them at all.
And in all of the chaos, Maz, after he died that first time to Ohai, he hasn't been getting forward with his team. He's been sitting back in the tunnel waiting for players to cross. And in all of that fighting, he found Lock. The one kill he got in the fight is going to be the one that pushes it in his team's favor. They end up with slight Uber advantage because of it. But as long as they're not at an Uber disadvantage, they'll be happy. Zoid, though, he will try and make something happen. He has found the engineer, the gun, and the sniper. He will enforce it down the sniper of Maz, give his team that sniper advantage again in a few seconds once Ohai spawns. But Maz being on the 11-second respawn now, Ohai will have a little bit of time to do his stuff.
Yeah, that's actually huge from Zoid. Just taking out sniper is massive, but taking out the sentry as well has been a really, really big big stopgap for Red Pandas here, and now they're able to get a little bit more cap time, but Rohan's just doing a grand job. Almost gets the air shot onto Lau. Lau has to double jump to avoid getting taken down, but Zoid during all of that will get the kill. But Andy's going to take down Hertz, and with Demo Man for Red Pandas as they're trying to push this point, and they're just really struggling. It seems like they've got people trying to go in through the house, through the barn. Incision here is going to get chased and taken down by Daz, but the cart pressure just isn't there, and Ohai is just trying to kill people who are trying to defend the cart. But there just isn't enough pressure, and in all of that, Michael, they've managed to get up a level 2 sentry back into the window, and it's kind of, back to square one for Red Pandas.
Yeah, but you've got Silverdox behind, will find the spy who's just come through the teleporter and will take down the teleporter as well. And that is one of the bigger picks, and at the same time, as Froggy's had to fall back as his gun's fallen, Pandas, they've gotten the kill onto him again. Shaky has ended up using his Uber and is caught behind. And that is going to be nearly a full team wipe. Medic Engineer demo down. Heavy looks like he will fall. Exquisite is trying to get out in the house. Silverdox is coming after him. And it looks like Exquisite will die. The entire combo dying in a very staggered manner. Pandas will claim house before batsoup have an opportunity to get anything set up. And they're going to have to opt for this outside of last hold. Which is something that I think in a situation like this, given the time you've got, it's, I don't know, it's difficult. Now that they've gotten the lockpick though, I can see them being able to pull it off.
Yeah, that is the big thing. Oh, actually, Shaky taking a lot of spam there. He gets taken out by Silver, 5 kill streak for the soldier, just jumping in and, knowing from the comms that Shaky took some damage and manages to get it, and that's huge. That's huge. You were just saying that this outside of tunnel hold is not really what you want to be doing on this third point. This is a point where you can get so much time with the high ground, but yeah, they've given it up. It's so a minute and 2 seconds was how long it took to go from second to third there, and that is not good for batsoup. And now they're in a situation where, it's a bit of a snowball, and Red Pandas are feeling the bit between their teeth. They're starting to pressure this far side already. They do have an Uber advantage. It's only a few percent, maybe 10. But Daz taking down Hertz is going to slow things down and maybe, just maybe, cause another bit of a stalemate. But batsoup kind of reeling after those last 2 points.
Yeah, definitely. Things not looking well for them. You've got a little bit of a downtime here. Well, both teams, they'll know it's even Ubers. They know they just have to kind of wait for something to happen. Zoid does get a kill under Rohan, but not quite the kill they're looking for, as they will lose Exquisite and Zeus on the flank. They're 2 kills down for them. So we've just got more trading here. Hertz falling will stop the push for his own team, and they'll just try and take down the gun in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, they opened up the flank, but losing Hertz there just lost all of the pressure they could potentially have got, and Maz has died as well, so that's given Ohai a little bit more space, but it's just so unfortunate. Losing your Demo Man, it's really, really hard to get that range spam onto the enemy and really take that ground, but the flank is dying again, and they're going to take this Uber, and it's going to be Hertz taking it. Silver jumps in as well. Ohai has died, and so has Shaky. He just somehow dies in the chaos afterwards. A lot of people dying for both sides here. It's going to be extremely close, but so much cap time. T-Sword just on the cart, getting a lot of damage down. But it does look like batsoup are going to hold on for the time being. But based on the respawns, I don't know whether Red Pandas will just want to just barrel on in.
They might try it. I'm still trying to figure out where Ohai dropped Shaky from. I have no idea what door he peeked through before Red Pandas used their Uber to get that kill. But Shaky died right as the Uber came in from Pandas, and batsoup, they still managed to hold it. So if they can hold this point for another minute or two, I think they're going to be in a really good spot. But this point is so close. There's 6 minutes on the defense up until third, and you've got Zoid and Tisa now combining. They're standing on the cart. Liquid Alchemy will have to fall to the ground along with his medic to do so, to prevent that from going forward. But you've got Pandas players everywhere now, just Liquid Alchemy, and I've been singing his praises, but he's not that good. 8 minutes 27 seconds is the time to beat for batsoup paraphernalia.
Yeah. Apparently, Shaky was dropped from tracks by Ohai, which would make sense, seeing as, Maz was dead. He was getting picked off by Zoid a lot. And again, when you have that freedom of not having to worry about getting counter-sniped, you can just peek from an angle with, someone as support. and get those picks. And yeah, Ojai just, I mean, that opened things up. And even though they didn't win the round off of that push, they got the cart so far that essentially they could just take fights in and just play around the cart, which is what they did at the end, and it, ended up winning for them. So I do think the big question mark for this defensive phase for Red Pandas is, will they get a better third hold than batsoup did?
Yeah.
But I also am not sure if they're going to get as good a second hold, because that second hold from batsoup was really, really strong. They were able to just regroup and reset up with their sentry a couple of times. So second and third are going to be the big question marks for me. But we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, we will have to see. Pandas opting to hold their combo by the forward house. I think that this is a good approach for them. They're going to hold forward, try and get this Uber. And you've got Rohan right now coming forward. He'll opt to spam the gun. And actually, he'll get it down immediately. The bomb going forward. And you've got Rohan in the house. 2 rockets on the lock. And Lock will drop immediately in the forward house. Gun down, medic down. That's not looking like a good first hold for Red Pandas.
I didn't think I was in the right server for a second there. I was just looking for Red Panda. Where are they? And suddenly a whole bunch of them were dead. Absolutely crazy. I mean, Daz with the sky-high bomb, literally in the skybox and just raining down onto the sentry. Everybody died there for batsoup, other than CeeJaey, who was just in spawn. And Maz is going to take down Ojai, so again, there's going to be so much space for him to get some snipes on, and they have this huge Uber. First, it's just going to have to be given up. I mean, this is going to be around a minute, maybe more, for this point, and that's not really good for Red Pandas, especially as they're still 50% behind in the Uber stakes on this second point. And if batsoup decide that they just want to keep rolling this and be aggressive with their Uber, they may even take second off of this exchange alone.
I think they should. They should know they have the Uber advantage. Locke hasn't been alive for that long, and you've got Ojai dying there to Maz. They will look at taking this forward. They've used the Uber in the house. They've gone forward, and Rohan again combines with Daz for a kill on the Locke. Locke has died again on the second point this time, and the gun's fallen as well. Pandas can't keep their gun and medic alive when they're holding right now, and this second point is nearly capped. It's all the way up the ramp. But you've got the rest of the combo players from Pandas coming in. A really good bomb onto CeeJaey from Silver, and CeeJaey just can't get rid of him. He's died at the post. It will end up with a decent Uber advantage for Pandas here. And Zeus decided to not go for the cart there, instead opting for kills on the Hertz. I'm not sure about that one. But
yeah, I mean, Hertz taunted after he died there. Just maybe a little BM there just to get into the head, but he will get backstabbed by Andy, and Andy is going to go for the cap time this time around. But yeah,
Maz again.
It's just constant. Exquisite is so far forward, and I don't think they're going to be able to hold this. Oh, Zoid! Huge kills, takes down CeeJaey and Exquisite. That is massive, and it's not going to help them on this point. But on third, Red Pandas now have an Uber advantage, and they have the space and the time to maybe get set up and actually have a better hold than batsoup did.
Yeah, there is the opportunity. They have the, what is this? It pretty much full Uber advantage, right? They're at full Uber. Batsoup paraphernalia, 25% right now. They could get caught out here. They need to get back in the house, or at least into this little pocket. And they will get into the pocket. They won't hold in-house. They're going to be in a position where if they decide to commit, they can commit. But Lau goes down, Hertz gets knocked out of the Uber, so it's going to be a T-Son solo Uber here. It will find enough. It finds Froggy, Liquid, and Exquisite, along with CeeJaey and Maz being killed on the flank by Zoid. That looked like it was going to go horribly for Pandas, but T-Son pulling it in clutch for his team will get the right kills, and that is going to solidify the third defense. 5 minutes left is, it is plenty of time to hold third and last. It is where most teams at this level will buy most of their time on the defense.
I think somebody needs to buy T-Son a pint after that. I mean, that was absolutely huge. Getting so many kills, getting flare kills, hitting those crit flares at the right time. That was absolutely massive. It looked like things were going really, really badly for Red Pandas there. But T-Son picking up 5 players. If Upira can do that with an Uber, then that's pretty huge. And again, they're chalking off a little bit of time here. That's like another minute off. Still Uber advantage here, but Ojai going down to Maz. Maz seems to have his number on this map so far. And without the sniper, that's going to allow a little bit more pressure from main, from Maz here. He can get an angle onto somebody important. He manages to take down Silvo, and it's just queuing up here as the Ubers are now equal. And just look how far forward Daz is. He's getting spam onto that sentry already. And launched into the sky is Incision. But the Ubers are going to be exchanged here, and I don't think Locke is going to survive.
No, he's definitely in a tough spot. Where is he? All the way at the back. With Silvo now, so he will end up alive with his soldier in the backlines, but CeeJaey has escaped as well, so Ubers will be essentially even here. You've got Zoid lurking around trying to make something happen, as well as Andy Roo here, coming up behind the Lock. T-Son's not looking, T-Son's looking for a packet. Andy Roo's come in, he's gotten a kill onto Lock. And that is going to be huge. If they can break this third hold with this next Uber on the side of batsoup paraphernalia and really get something rolling, this is their opportunity to push this through in the next 3.5 minutes. That's how long they have left to try and win this map and take pandas in 2.
Yeah, Andy is all lurking around but isn't going to be able to get the kill. And look how many people are actually dying here. It's getting exchanged. Maz is going to take down Ohai and Hertz. You couldn't ask for more picks. More bigger picks in that scenario, as they have the high ground now and they're just cleaning people up. Shaky only at 90%, but doesn't even have to use it. Could potentially just use this Uber heading into last. Just under 3 minutes to go now, and Red Panda's best chance of success, I think, is to maybe get into last, make sure they get an Uber and defend from the safe place inside the building as Locke is running away. And they do actually get the force here, Michael. That's huge.
That is a huge force. They have about a minute until they know that Shaky is going to get his Uber. I believe they did see that that they used. So I think Pandas at this point, they're not going to play it too cocky. They're just going to wait for this Uber to come out. And they're just going to play on the cart. They're going to play the objective, something that Pandas have done for the, done as the best team for the past several years. And you've got Zoid going in, Rohan and Exquisite both dead, with Ohai leading that chain of picks on the Froggy. And we'll see what Zoid can do if he can get any other kills. He is lurking around the combo. Maz does die to Ohai, and Zoid does get found by Liquid Alchemy. Nothing will come from that. So we'll see.
Killed by Andy though, takes down Coden, and that sentry has been sapped. There is no sentry watching the cart anymore. Coden's in the respawn queue for another 10 seconds, but Shaky goes down. Ohai with the body shot. That is huge. That is so big, and that's buying so much time. And look, batsoup just want to get onto the cart now. Ohai takes down Maz. He's starting to turn it on here, but there's so much Liquid Alchemy. He's just getting the cart all the way to the hatch. 6 players down, make that 7 for batsoup, but just a minute and a half to go. Uber advantage for Red Pandas, but that cart is tantalizingly close to the end here, and Coden is desperately trying to get that sentry up higher than a level 1. This is going to go down to the wire, just like the previous map, Michael. This is going to be done in the final minutes.
Oh my god. Got Andy coming through. I want to see Andy here. Instead of going for the picks, I want him to keep this cart from going back. He's not doing it. It's something that very few spies do. I think maybe he's realized he hasn't. I think this cart is going further and further back, and it's something that they just really need to be careful of, because the further back it goes, the less likely they are going to be to push it out in the last few seconds. It's still moving back. No one's tapped it yet, and Andy Roo's died trying to get a kill onto Ohai. This last point offense is going to be very difficult. You've got the Ubers being traded on that tight right-hand side for the defenders, and they're just getting kills as they stay on the high ground. You've got Shaky dying, actually got the saw to get his Uber, but dropped right as it went through. Andy Roo gets the kill onto Incision, and Pandas right now, they've got themselves in a very good position. 18 seconds left. 16, they need to get this cart moving, but all of their players right now are just dodging it left, right, and center. Andy Roo touches it, but dies to the sentry gun. And it looks like, 4 seconds left. Everyone wiping on the side of batsoup paraphernalia. When it was 90 seconds left, it really looked promising.
Yeah.
And they just fumbled the ball. Like, I wouldn't even say dropped it. It was a slow fumble. Like, it fell out of one hand, and they tapped it with the other one to knock it back up. Then it hit their ankle. They kicked it up, and then it just eventually broke on the floor.
Ironically enough, is the thing that batsoup were doing to them so effectively on product. And we saw Daz posting huge numbers on product. And well, you'd expect, this being another Koth map, that they were going to be doing exactly the same thing. So either Red Pandas will have to adapt, or like you said, this could be batsoup taking over and winning the title.
Yeah, we'll see what happens as we do of the first mid. Hurts, he will be a little unfamiliar with the map, but I imagine Daz will be as well. Both demos a little slow to the mid, along with the rest of their team. And you've got Rohan jumping up, getting the kill onto the gun immediately, and Andy Roo kill onto Lock, same as Product. First kill of the first mid going to Andy Roo onto Lock. As long as Shaky can stay alive here, batsoup Paraphernalia are going to be in a great position. You've got Maz getting a kill onto Tison, and where is Zoid? He is lurking in the house. Batsoup Paraphernalia need to be wary of his position. He got the kill onto the teleporter, so Liquid Alchemy knows. He is checking, and he has found Zoid the moment he uncloaked. Right as actually Liquid Alchemy just gets completely destroyed by Zoid. That was ridiculous.
That was crazy to watch. Yeah, huge plays coming in from the spies there. There's just so much destruction going across. This is still technically the mid-fight, Michael, because no one's actually capped. It's just Daz stood on the point right now. And we talked about it on product. If you lose your medic, generally people are just going to go forward, and you could essentially lose the mid-fight as long as, you keep your medic safe. And it just went crazy there. There were so many pipes coming in left, right, and center from Hertz, getting kills, and again they're starting to push. Masses on the high ground here, trying to get an angle, and Daz is going to take down Hertz with those stickies. So not much point presence available from the demo man, but it does look like this advantage is going to be used on Lau, potentially 100% for Lock. But they're just waiting, and Shaky is catching up. He's at 80% already.
Yeah, definitely getting very close here, and the fact that now they've got Ohai down as well. Ohai's just spawning. They won't feel very comfortable pushing without their sniper up, especially with Maz. Where is Maz? Okay, Maz is actually only just spawned as well, so they have a little time to play with, but it doesn't matter. Hertz took some damage. They had to fall back. They've lost Incision now as well, along with Lau. This is just looking really shaky for the side of Red Pandas. They've lost a minute now. Zoid will get a pick onto Maz in the house. Zoid will rotate away. He's going to need to be the key player for Red Pandas. Ubers do get traded out, but all that Lock and Hertz get is a single pipe onto Daz, and then Shaky Ubers and saves him. So nothing will happen with that, just some more kills being traded. Engineers, Pyros. Heavy does go down on the side of Exquisite, but Andy Roo, more impactful spy frag. Lock again has been found, with Shaky in a very safe position, knowing that Zoid is right on top of him. And Zoid, he will combine with Lau, maybe for a kill onto the demo man? Yeah, they'll get him right before he gets out.
Andy Roo is he's just turned up. Just turned up for this final, and getting 2 med picks already. Ohai is going to take down Maz there. There's so much hesitation coming out of Red Pandas. Hertz was down, and I just feel they didn't want to push in without him when they had this huge Uber advantage. But on Borneo, we saw Tison do an amazing job with an Uber. Yeah. They had Lau with them. I just feel there needs to be a backup plan. If Hertz is not there, they've got to go in with somebody else. If you have that advantage, it has to be used. Otherwise, you end up in this situation where you lose so much time on the clock, and there's about a minute down, and you see the Uber coming in here. Daz is going to just bust forward to get a bunch of damage down. So a lot of players dying here, but Maz is going to die to that Andy from Zoid, and Lock surviving him, Michael, which is, no, he doesn't! I jinxed it! No. Rohan with the bomb, but Zoid is going to equalize things out by taking down Shaky. It's just madness. But at the end day of that is batsoup is going to get the cap, and they are going to have a much worse respawn on their players. So Lock is back in action, Shaky in the respawn queue for another few seconds.
Yeah, and those picks, medic picks back to back, it'll be practically even Ubers here. 10% separates both of the medics. As we will see what happens. Batsoup Paraphernalia, they hold a minute 20-second advantage, and that is, this is a situation that they've thrived in on product. Doesn't matter that they're, Uber disadvantage at this point. Point disadvantage, they've got the time in their favor, and these even Uber situations have been favoring them throughout the games. The only reason that they lost Borneo, in my opinion, is the fact that Shaky went down at a crucial moment and they lost that Uber advantage. So we're going to see what they can do. Shaky's getting very far forward with 60%. They've done a lot of damage on the Lock, so he's got to be careful here. And Zeus will manage to edge out the cap and put it back in their favor. 53 seconds remaining. We'll see what happens with these Ubers as Lock is coming up on it. Shaky has caught up a little bit. 95 for both medics right now. as both teams will get Uber and Pandas. They want to pressure the point here, and Uber's being traded right now, but it's going to be Shaky. The Uber gets used a little bit earlier by them. Shaky needs to stay alive, which he will do so, and Pandas will reclaim the point.
I'm loving the aggression out of batsoup here, but it cost them because they got forced in a position they really didn't want to be in, and that allowed a much better Uber for Red Pandas. As you can see, it means that they are going to reclaim that capture point. They're getting so many kills. Zoid is getting a couple. He's going absolutely massive on this map. Both spies are putting in a shift tonight. You see the players that are left alive here for batsoup. They do keep Shaky alive. It is essentially an equal Uber situation, but they're about a minute to the good in terms of time. And now it's all going to Zoid going in, just sneaking around, isn't able to get the stab. And you know, if batsoup just keep playing the way that they are, they will eventually get the round, because they are just being aggressive on the point and just teasing that camp time. And Red Pandas, I think, are just playing a little bit more aggressive in return. Hurts trying to get some spam over the top to just make sure they're not getting this camp time for free. Exquisite taking a ton of damage, almost gets taken down there. But Uber is going to be used onto Daz.
Yeah, Uber gets used forward onto Daz, and Pandas have kind of wrapped them. Ended up on their side of the point with their Demo Man and Scout both Ubered. And they'll gut out with picks only going in favor of Pandas so far, Incision being the only casualty to Froggy. But when you lose 5 players on the side of batsoup Paraphernalia, make that 6 with Zoid getting a kill onto the medic, as well as Froggy falling, make it 7. You know, it doesn't matter if you're trading Ubers when you're losing 7 players and the other team's keeping their med alive.
Yeah, I hate to tell you as well, but they also got the dispenser. Crucial pick. But yeah, I mean, that again is just the cohesion during a team fight, focusing down the frags at the right time, and Red Pandas were just so much better at it. But Incision is going to get the kill onto Exquisite. No heavy in this push for batsoup, and they only have a few seconds to try and get some huge sticky trap from Hertz. It's going to take down Zeiss. Maz is going to get out-sniped by Ohai. So many kills coming in here. The Uber is used by Lock. They're trying to clean up these plays on the point, and that is going to... Again, we're seeing rounds where a team is so much in the lead in terms of time and just get turned around on its head. And Red Pandas take the first round, just like they did on no, they didn't on Product. Did they? I can't remember.
Did on Product. They did win the first mid on Product.
Okay.
So that's it, Paraphernalia. They won't be too worried just yet. Both spies bumping into each other. Zoid opting to go down the route again after his second try, and look at Incision here, pushing through under the point because he's got the Tommy Slab. No one's realised him until the medic of Shaky drops right in front of him. Easiest kill for Incision that he's been given this entire grand final, and it's a medic pick on the second mid with his team in the lead. Despite that though, a lot of players have gone down. A lot of key players, Zoid, Ohai, are both falling, along with Lau a little later. They'll end up actually camping this second mid on the side of batsoup Paraphernalia, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the way that it went for the first 2 rounds on Product? No, never mind, I'm completely wrong. Batsoup
no,
on first mid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what happened. I mean, how can your heavy go unnoticed, get 3 kills, and you still lose the mid-fight? It seemed very weird, but maybe they just wanted to protect Locke and you know, use him for this aggression, and they're actually getting some kills now. They got 3 kills already.
Incision's there again. Incision's there again. Don't do the same thing. Please. He's doing the same thing. He did the same thing again.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hertz is going to get 4 kills in that Uber. Just clean up everybody else. Incision, though, definitely being... I mean, did you know Heavy is actually a pick class in Highlander? It's just people have been playing it wrong for years.
Being a Heavy main, that's my favourite play to make on this map. Just with the minigun instead of the Tommy Slap. So they can hear me coming.
I've played with some great heavies who just don't want to babysit the medic. They will take a buff and they'll try and go and do something. And Incision has been proven to, hey, you know, I can walk under here and get the medic. And, you know, he's getting 2 med... I think that's as many med picks as the Spies got in the previous round. So, looking a lot better. But they're still behind on time here. Big jump from Silvo, but he cannot get that next rocket.
Incision! He's in the same spot, he nearly got Shaky again. Was handing him a silver platter, but the silver platter broke, and it will be Incision going down. Exquisite, the first heavy this map to swap off of the Tommy Slab, as the rest of his team crumbles at the thought that he's running the normal minigun, but they will end up capping the point again on batsoup Paraphernalia. Sorry, I really like pointing out when the minigun comes out, because so many heavies don't use it, and I think on so many maps it's more valuable than the Tommy Slab, especially when you're making plays like Incision.
Oh, absolutely. It does look like we have a pause here. So, controlling, but big plays coming out. We are on pause now, but I would not be surprised to see this go all 5 rounds. Exquisite now going for a little adventure underneath the point. He is on the minigun, so he'll probably be heard, revved up, and Lau is going to be like, I found you, and then he loses that game of sneaking. But yeah, I mean, they want to go in. Ohai goes down there to Anti-Roo.
Incision?
No, not again! He does it again!
Oh no! Right after Exquisite tried to do it, Incision does the same play, but makes it work a 3rd time in a row in the same round.
That's a good point, actually. It's in the same round. He didn't do it the first round. It has just been his 2nd round. A hat-trick of med kills just by sneaking around. And he's underneath the point right now and just, being a little bit more defensive this time and sees there is some danger. And backs away, but Red Panda's in the lead right now, and I'm not sure if I would want to hear the comms of batsoup, because if this was my team and I kept losing the medic to a flanking heavy, yeah, as the Uber is going to come in so deep. Look how far forward Lau and Hertz are. They're trying to clean up all of these plays. They do manage to get absolutely everyone. Rohan is the only survivor, and he is... I think he was a respawner as well, or at least somewhere, absolute destruction. I mean, if you want an Uber and you take out the entire combo and the medic, it's you can't ask for much more from that. And Hertz and Lau have been absolutely huge so far in these exchanges.
Yeah, we made the analogy at the beginning that the planets aligned for batsoup. It seems like Incision is a very large Russian asteroid aimed right at Neptune, being the 7th planet, which is Shaky, the medic, and it's just annihilating it again and again and again, and there's nothing that the other 8 planets can do to stop it. Yes, Spy is Pluto, the 9th planet, air quotes planet. That is on purpose, trust me. But yeah, this is not looking great for the side of batsoup paraphernalia right now. Shaky alone at the house, dancing the dance with Zoid, who will run away into the house, but...
Hertz was taunting on the point and then just gets headshot by Maz. So, I mean, they do lose the round, but I feel Maz will feel good about that. Always killing a taunting player is good, but 2 rounds to the good for Red Pandas. 1 more round, Michael, and that's all it's going to take for them to win this map and win the grand final. And batsoup really do need to change things up. Maybe, well, there we go. Froggy slapping a mini sentry just to watch underneath.
Incisions, he started to make his move down there, but look at this, you got Froggy, Zeus, and Exquisite all there. And Exquisite this time is actually making the aggressive play. He's shot a little bit onto Silvo, and Froggy is going to act as the sacrifice here, but actually Froggy and Exquisite end up getting the kill onto Incision as Anti-Roo comes in. Lock Hurts both down, only for the kill onto Froggy as well as Maz. So that will be Ohai reigning supreme on the sniper for a little bit, but it doesn't matter, because that will be batsoup paraphernalia very quickly getting on the point before anything else bad can happen to them. I think that's the right play here. Just get time on the clock before anything bad can happen, because Zoid is lurking in house and he can see you through a window.
Yeah, he's just doing a bit of window shopping there. Which one does he want to go for the pick on? Zeiss is going to get taken out by a Lau there, and look how aggressive Hertz is. Just so much damage being put down. They do get the force, and Locke is just running away. Does not want to get caught out there. Dad's jumping forward to trying to get some damage, and actually would get cleaned up by Ohai there. So, they end up losing their demo, getting forced. Not a very good situation for them to be. He wants, in that very minimum in that situation, to be able to get locked, but they don't. And Ohai takes down Maz. So again, they're able to stand on this point without fear of getting headshot, and they're getting so much critical hurts, getting so much damage down onto the combo. Will get taken out by Andy, but they can't stay in. batsoup cannot stay in that situation. They have to back away and live to fight another day.
Yeah, and Exquisite doing a really good job to keep his ground there. Arrows coming out from Shaky, saving him non-stop as T-Son goes down. Lau is trying to fight a very dangerous fight here, as he will have to back up Ohai and Lau both going down, Zoid dying to the mini-sentry. Aziz is just going to stand on the point, cap it out as both teams get their Ubers. And you've got a very aggressive Uber coming out from Locke, Hertz, and Lau here. They will come down and just get denied immediately by Liquid Alchemy, knocked back to their side of the point. Before they can get any cap time at all, this time has gone in favor of batsoup paraphernalia. 30 seconds for them now. as Andy Rowe, he's lurking in the background. T-Son's looking for him, but he hasn't found him just yet, hiding by the tire. As we'll see what Andy can do. Will he be able to send any kills up here? Locke has taken a bit of damage. He's so low. Andy, doesn't matter how low Locke is, though, he'll still go for the backstab and get it. In the meantime, Ohai did get the better of Maz again. And Shaky is just chilling with his team, standing on the point. T-Son's gotten close to Daz, but won't have any projectiles to reflect back on him as T-Son finishes off the point. And that is a wipe from Pandas.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the play. Getting the cap there, it just extended the spawns of everyone on his team, and Conan actually going for the flank play himself, doesn't manage to get the kill though on to Shaky. But yeah, now we're in a situation where, I mean, they chalked off a little bit of time, like we're talking about a few seconds here, but batsoup back in control of the point, and they have 100% Uber, so Hurt's just getting so much damage done. Actually takes down Liquid Alchemy. Ohai is just constantly killing Maz here, just totally has his number on this game. He managed to take down Froggy, so slowly but surely they're getting some kills, and they managed to take 5 down already. There's only 4 players left alive for batsoup. They're chasing. Look, Sias is there, but cannot get the kill. Lau is going to chase down Daz and does get the kill. It's also going to get finished up. So Lau, just the cleanup crew, just hoovering up those kills right at the end. Shaky dead after all of that. And that just shows that you don't have Uber. The enemy does. You don't have the point, and you're able to get those picks. You can just really open things up, and Red Pandas with their experience just showing how to just open up a team from a disadvantageous situation. Zoid is lurking, trying to go for a stab hit, will get Daz, and that's just going to slow down batsoup even more.
Yeah, and that's just part of what they've done so well over all of these years, is just their ability to take a situation they shouldn't be winning, and they'll come through and win it. Zoid tries for something again. Liquid Alchemy will claim his second kill, getting Ohai just before. Zoid just before. And Maz will get the better of Ohai. So it's going to open the sniper advantage, but the Uber has come out from Red Pandas. Shaky is in a good position, but it's not going to stop Pandas from getting some kills. Spy, Scout both going down, and Locke dies to Daz on the escape there. So they're going to have to be very careful. All pushing under right now. Incision and Hertz both coming up behind. Shaky's done a good surf back, but that's not going to stop Hertz from coming in. 2 stickies on the ground will drop Shaky before he can get his Uber off. Only 30 seconds on the clock left for batsoup paraphernalia though. They're going to have to put in a really good effort to make sure that they cannot lose this round, because if Pandas win this round, they've won the grand final. Doesn't matter how close the other 2 maps are, you can still get shut out in the third if your medic drops in a situation like that. Also, fun fact, 4th med pick from under the point. This time it was Hertz though.
Yeah, at some point in the game, you have to think somebody has to keep eyes under in these situations. Ohai is just opening up the team again, manages to get the kill onto Maz, and that just allows Red Pandas to be so aggressive, just no fear. Look how far forward Ohai is, trying to get an angle onto Shaky there. Daz is starting to walk forward, but they're about 20% behind in terms of Uber, and Hertz is just no fear, just putting damage out onto the point. Liquid Alchemy doing the best job he can, reflecting that away. But it's caught between a rock and a hard place here. They know they have a disadvantage in terms of the Uber count, but they need to get onto the point. It's only 10 seconds, 12 seconds rather, for them to win the round. But Red Pandas even closer, considering they have the point. 30 seconds, still go with a big jump, and there's going to be Uber's exchange on the point, but there is no Hertz involved, no T-Son, and Locke is being chased here, dodging those pipes like a madman, and big pick from Ohai onto Exquisite, and the repush from Red Pandas is imminent.
Yeah, it's coming through. Very good kill from Andy Rulo onto Hertz right as that starts. A demo pick for the Spy, as it's not going to really amount to anything though. Pandas reclaim the point immediately with the demo and heavy being down for batsoup paraphernalia, but they right now have the demo advantage. They need to come forward. Daz, where is he? He's getting healed by Shaky right now. Coming up through the house is him and his combo to the point. They need to deal with this pyro of T-Son and try and get this capped. If they can cap it, they win the round. Focusing on the Hertz, I like this call, but Lau will take the most of the fire for a few seconds here, and it's going to be so scrappy down to the end, and it will be Exquisite Rohan. The combination of those two will keep the Pandas players off the point, as they will cap the first round of the 3rd map.
Wow, that was the closest. Yeah, I actually thought that Red Pandas were going to win that one. I did think, based on the respawns, they get it, but we're on to the 4th mid-fight of this map, and things are starting to get a little bit deja vu here. It was 2-1 to Red Pandas on products, And you know what? They did manage to lose that 3-2, and batsoup were hoping for a repeat there. As this mid-fight is just seeing players just drip away almost. Exquisite, Froggy, Liquid Alchemy all getting picked up. Big jump from Rohan will take down Locke, and that is going to be the big kill of this mid-fight as CeeJaey is running away from Lao. Zias saving his savior, his guardian angel, to keep him alive and keep the Uber advantage in the hands of batsoup.
Those are not shots that Lao normally misses. That is a situation where pretty much every time Lao gets the kill, I'm a little worried for pandas why that happened, whether that was just like a one-off beef or whether that is maybe the signal of more to come. You've got Incision and Exquisite trading spam through the lower area again, but Exquisite still running that minigun will pretty much get the better of that trade every single time. Hurt's getting very far forward across the point. We'll get the kill onto Maz, but he will die for it to Exquisite. And you've got Exquisite actually getting very far forward below the point. Will get cleaned up by Incision though, who will lose his life to Rohan, who will also lose his life to Lao under the point.
Yeah, the big kill in all of that. Like, it's just absolute chaos going on, but Daz manages to land pipes onto Locke, and what that meant was CeeJaey has had 100% Uber for quite some time now and hasn't had to use it, but they are going to use it now. Daz is going to be the recipient of that T-Son, doing a great job of just pushing them away. Liquid Alchemy is going to try and do the same, pushing people away. It costs him his life, and Daz gets picked up by Ohai, so not a very good Uber coming out of batsoup. They had that charge for such a long time, but Red Pandas somehow, after losing their medic twice since the start of this round, are in the lead. And it is equal Ubers, so they're going to be in a much more comfortable position. Again, look at Ohai, so far forward, just wanting to get an angle on somebody as they're spawning, coming out through that side area, but cannot get the pick this time around. And Maz very weak. There we go. Zias takes down Ohai, so now Maz has the freedom of the sidelines for the first time in a while.
Yeah, and he's Ohai has definitely been on one this map. He's not too far up the leaderboard, but you can tell that there's a difference when Maz is at the very bottom, lowest points in the game right now, just tying with Rohan from that kill. But Rohan getting ahead because of the cap. So Maz, he needs to get back into the game, and if he can, his team will be able to put themselves in a really good position. Like, it's this close with Maz, who was such a key part of their product game, playing poorly. Like, if Maz can have 2 good rounds here, they'll be back in it.
Saying that though, he does get taken out by Ohai as the Ubers are exchanged on the point, and that doesn't mean Ohai is going to be able to snipe people while all of this is going on. Actually, no, he won't. Rohan jumping in deep behind will get the pick onto the sniper there, and Hurts is just so far forward on the point, just trying to get some spam down onto people. Will get backstabbed by Andy Rue, who again is also having a huge game. Chris Iden, oh there he goes, yes, he's going to take down Lau. Bit of DM on the point between the two scouts, and the sum total of that is that batsoup are about to take the lead in time on this 4th round, and CeeJaey actually gets an Ubersault kill onto Zoid and manages to catch up with the Uber. Actually gives himself a bit of an advantage over Locke because of the benefit of that 25%. And I think Red Pandas still just want to strong arm this. They just want to go in dry and try and take the fights before the Ubers come into play, and they're losing players because of it.
Yeah, they are losing a lot of players, and they do have a large Uber advantage on the side of batsoup paraphernalia right now, but no one is able to use it because they all ran away from CeeJaey to go and get killed. Locke did get very low, but Liquid Alchemy, he's not able to get anything on. Tried for the dispense pick, really important pick, but couldn't get it. The dispenser putting up a really good fight there.
You have to go for the dispenser. It is crucial. It is crucial, but Cody is just going to heal that back up. Opportunity lost, but that was actually huge. Locke went down to about 50 HP there, was at 92%. If he had died there, then this would probably be the round over, and batsoup and paraphernalia would have tied things up at 2-2. But now they do have 100% charge. Rohan in with the bomb, manages to get the force, and actually escapes with his life. That is criminal, and batsoup will have a much better Uber here, but T-Son is doing a grand job of just air blasting him away from the point. But 20 seconds left on the time for batsoup. Locke is going to get a headshot there by Maz. Was saying, Michael, he needs to step up and start getting some good rounds, and it does look like this could be one of those rounds. A lot of time on the point for Red Pandas, but they need bodies there to be fighting.
Yeah, with Exquisite and Daz, the only ones on the point right now, both taking so much damage. Andy Rue, though, good kill onto Silver, big damage dealer for the side of Pandas, has just fallen. But again, this is looking like the end of product. Last time, Pandas, they are just going to feed plays in again and again. Maz, a pick onto Zoid right now. Andy Rue getting Lau. Maz, another kill on the lock. He's on for 6 right now, as it's just him and Zeus defending the point. Zeus will get the kill as Maz gets his 8th highest kill streak in the round. And that will net them 2-2. The winner of this round wins Respawn League Season 7.
Maz just won them that round.
Yeah.
Maz just won them that round. They had Red Pandas had heals, they had players, they had the better respawns, they were in position. batsoup had a couple of DM players on the point, but no heals at all. And Maz is just like, you know what? I am done, and just headshots 5 people in a row and just stops them from capping. And you talked about him. You know, if he has a good round, this could be the one, and this has to be the one. If this is any round to start turning up, this is the one you need to do. This round is for all of the glory, and honestly, it could go either way, but Ohai is dominating Maz right now. Gets that headshot right at the start, and again, that's going to give him a little bit more space to get some snipes without worrying about getting headshot himself. And Hertz is just trying to be aggressive here, and just to get Liquid Alchemy as well, and this is looking good for Red Pandas.
Oh, as you say that though, Rohan comes in from the waterfall position, bombs right over the rest of Red Pandas, lands on the lock, 2 rockets, he's dead. As Shaky is giving Zoid a bit of a buff now, helping him get the kill onto the Spencer. He doesn't realize it. It's literally just Shaky and Zoid right now. Or it was for a moment before Zoid ran away. That was a scary position. Shaky could have dropped at any moment there.
It's a very shaky moment, if you ask me. But Zoid there with the Ambassador manages to take out Maz. He's just using that to quickly eliminate the sniper. Just does not want Maz to be in play, seeing how effective he's been, and he's actually going to manage to take down Froggy as well and the teleporter. So Zoid doing great work behind enemy lines, but batsoup are the ones in control of the point right now. ZS is going to go down to Ohai, and the Uber is used onto Daz, trying to get aggressive, but cannot really get any kills. No one has died from Red Pandas, and now Hertz is like, alright, now it's my turn, and starts walking forward. Ohai takes down Maz again, and just has the freedom of the server to get those headshots. And either Maz needs to be, you know, getting better calls from his team as to where Ohai is, or, you know, because it seems in the sniper v sniper, Ohai has his number, but when Maz has, you know, these openings to shoot anybody else, he's cleaning house. And I think that's what batsoup really need to think about. As I say that, he takes down Zoid. No backstabs for that man, but there is going to be one for Andy!
That was criminal. He just walked across the point uncloaked, right in the lock, and stabbed him. And that is going to be what causes Red Pandas to lose the point, is a spy walking into your medic and stabbing him. Just in the middle of your team. Andy Rue has stepped up so much in these past 2 games for Pandas. If batsoup win this round, that it can be heavily attributed to that play right there. As we've got a bomb coming in from Silvos. It's Drop City right now as he lands 2 onto Shaky. Second drop in the space of, what, 30 seconds? 20 seconds?
Yeah, 20 seconds, something. I mean, the medics just do not have their mouse to bound, or at least they're not giving the chance to even use these Ubers. Massive plays coming. We talked about this being the round where you need to step up and show yourself, and the players are doing that. Andy and Silver getting the drops on the enemy medics. The sum total of that is Red Pandas now have a pretty meaty Uber advantage. They're at 80%, so 70% advantage over Shaky right now, and they are in the lead in terms of time, about 20 seconds. So batsoup Paraphernalia have to think big and go in, and that's exactly what Daz is doing, trying to get some damage down as far forward as possible. But Zoid and Lau are going to combine, get some kills for themselves, and it's just a really awkward position as this Uber comes in. Shaky needs to survive here, and Daz is going to repush and actually take some hurts.
Yeah, that's a really good positioning by Shaky and Daz here, but Shaky needs to be careful. Zoid waiting on the rocks comes in. That's his favorite type of play to make. To sit in the bushes while his team's making all of the noise, and then jump onto one player, get that key pick, and that will again net Pandas an Uber advantages. Batsoup Paraphernalia, if they delayed that cap for 1 second, Shaky would be alive right now, but they capped it, and they now have themselves a 35% Uber disadvantage.
I mean, this is the grand final of the highest division. You know it's not to do with a lack of knowledge. It's just probably nerves or, just trying to do something where we've got to get the cap now, we're behind, and just forgetting in that split second that, hey, we actually do need to, delay a little bit to get our spawn, but it doesn't matter because Maz manages to take down Lock. So now there is only heals on the side of no team because Ohai is going to just do exactly the same. Whatever you do, I can do better, he says. I managed to take down Shaky, and it does look like, slowly but surely, there are just people bleeding out here for batsoup, and Red Pandas have the point in a couple of seconds. They are in the lead. It is so close. As that was capped, Michael, it was 111 to 112.
These teams are so close right now. Only a 10-second advantage right now for Red Pandas. As we've got Hertz dying to Maz. Maz is back in it this round. Zoid, he has managed to get behind and will try and make something happen. But Andy Roo, he's in the same position, trying to get behind. Zeus doing a really good job to get that cap most of the way done for his team. As Maz will fall, so will Code, and Spy's getting a pick either way as Ohai gets a kill onto Rohan. So much damage though coming out from Silvo. Shaky really needs to stay alive here and probably needs a sandwich, which he will get. As now we're going to see batsoup paraphernalia see if they can keep a hold of this point with the sniper just coming up now. But with Shaky dying, 43 seconds left for Red Pandas and full Uber advantage. I mean, we need a miracle.
That was a team, yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but that was a team that knew what that needs to be done. They had no fear at that stage, Red Pandas. They had an Uber advantage. They didn't even need to use it. They were just like, you know what? If you're going to fight us, you're going to need to do something special. You're going to need to get a drop. And that's what they need to do here. 20 seconds left on the clock for Red Pandas. batsoup needs something huge right now, and they're going to go underneath.
Oh no, they've gone straight under. Daz is going forward with Exquisite, but they're caught between the rest of Red Pandas and the Ubered players. And those players are going down right now for batsoup paraphernalia. Only 4 players alive. Shaky, Liquid Alchemy trying to get to the point. They won't be able to do it, and Red Pandas, in one of the closest grand finals in the past 2 years, will claim Cascade 3-2 against batsoup paraphernalia. Viewers, apparently I'm getting whispers that we reached 20,000 followers on the Critscast Twitch channel tonight. So shout out to the viewers, shout out to chat. You guys are pretty cool for following. And speaking of following, you should go through and if you haven't already, if somehow we reached 20,000 followers without you following, you should follow. Let's get to 21,000 at some point soon. Also, you should go to the Critscast YouTube channel and subscribe there. Also, there is a Twitter and a Discord that you can join. And if you want to support Critscast more, you can actually go through and go to merch.critscast.com, look at some merch, and also go to patreon.com/Critscast. I believe there are some pictures of the merch on the screen right now. And I'm not going to lie, I have an empty space on my wall. I have a spot for a poster, and some of those posters look pretty nice. So definitely check all of that stuff out. As I believe, CeeJaey, do you have one last thing to wrap us off tonight? Possibly?
Yeah, I mean, talking about following Critscast, there is an even better reason. I mean, maybe Highlander's not your jam. If you're here, then big question marks. But Highlander is amazing, but we do have some more amazing stuff happening this weekend. From the 11th till the 13th of December, there is the TF Connect charity event happening live on Critscast. There's going to be a lot of different things happening, including 6v6 tournaments between some well-known YouTubers. So if you have a favorite YouTuber, there is highly likely that they have a team. We're going to have teams led by the likes of Lazy Purple, Pyro Joe, and all sorts of other gamers. There's also going to be an MVM event happening on the Saturday. There'll be myself there, joined by the likes of Skyman Slash, Uncle Dane, and Lazy Purple, and many others who will be playing some new potato.tf custom missions. So it's going to get pretty crazy, and it's all in support of Special Effect. So if you want to donate, there is a charity fund, and you can find all of the information on the Critscast Discord or the TF Connect Twitter account. So be sure to check those out and tune in over the weekend.
I might have to ruin my sleep schedule and bank account for that one. Definitely going towards a good cause there. As that will do us for the night. Thank you for everyone who came out to watch. Congratulations to Red Pandas for claiming another season under their belt. And we will see you next season for Respawn League Season 8.
Hi, old beaver! Away!